Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We should call this, How Can I Make Myself Out to Be a Victim Today, while still maintaining the idea that I'm a strong, independent woman that doesn't need a man for anything, who probably lives in one of the most privileged countries in the entire world, but probably didn't have the common sense that it takes to actually ask any of those individuals sitting down, whether they be a man or a woman, if they would surrender their seats so someone else could sit down. Most likely because they were afraid that that person might actually ask them why they should be sitting down instead of them when they got to the seat first. I wonder if they would have been willing to answer that question.
Having feelings for another man while you're engaged is not cheating. I will on this soapbox. I was engaged. I had feelings for another man because I was in a play with this other guy, and I was spending hours and hours and hours and hours during practice with him, and just...
Listen, I don't know what dumb femcel podcaster that you watch, but that's the dumbest thing that I've heard. No, officer, you got it all wrong. You see, yes, I was drunk driving, but this is my buddy's truck, so it doesn't count. Part of me thinks that is probably satire, but that's all her account is just talking about emotional cheating. So it's pretty much like bobbing for apples in a tub that has no water in it, you know?
Tell me a man who you think is a 9.
Jackson Dart. And Jackson Dart, if you're watching, hit me up.
That's your league.
Yes, absolutely.
That's your
I
looks equivalent.
Yes.
Really quick, Nick, pull up her TikTok.
No.
No audio because it's music.
I know I was ugly.
Oh, you're cute.
No, I was sad, guys.
Can you
Your
click?
lashes look amazing though.
Oh, thank
and your
you.
brows, damn.
Thank you.
Click.
I think if we were put in the same room together,
You could do it.
I could pull. You could.
I don't think having sex with a guy is pulling a guy. I think getting a guy into a relationship is pulling a guy.
That's facts.
I think if a guy can have with a woman, I think he can get her into a relationship. If you can sleep with a man, how confident are you that you can get him into a relationship?
And he told me that I wasn't a 10.
Did what?
Yeah.
Now, so...
What? You told your girlfriend of 3 years she's not a 10?
Yes. Well, you know, the truth hurts. Honestly, I mean, the truth hurts.
Ladies, y'all so full of it. Y'all always talking about how y'all want us to be honest with you. I just want the truth. Well, he told you the truth.
I just told you.
So do you want the truth or no? Maybe he thinks you're a strong 8 with a 10 personality. What's wrong with that? The problem is your friends been lying to you forever. Your parents been lying to you forever. You've been lying to yourself forever. So now that somebody is coming along and telling you the truth, he seems like the worst person on the planet. Just do me a favor, ladies, and stop saying y'all want the truth. Just be honest about it and say y'all want lies. Just do that and everybody will be fine.
Some of them could never get a man like me. You did say that. So I'm asking you,
when you hear a grown person say I would rather be single, it's because they've been single for mad long. They have to accept it. There is no human on earth that don't want a great person next to them, male or female. Okay. When a person talks, that's called the defense mechanism. That's a defense mechanism. I'd rather be alone. It's because you're alone. You have to accept it. And the fact of the matter is, it's disingenuous. It's not truth. Because I promise you, if the right guy came along, she would jump head for heels. And so would a man. If the right woman come along, he would go jump for joy. But in reality, people have falsified expectations of what they feel they deserve.
What is 34 plus 66?
I need to. 34, 36. No, I need to, do it on the paper. I can't.
34 plus 66?
Yeah.
34. 4 plus.
We don't move on until you give a guess.
Can I have a pen?
34 plus 66. 34 plus 66.
Thinking really hard about that.
95?
Yikes.
Tell Daddy I love him so much. If one of his butt cheeks fell off, I would share one of my butt cheeks with him if he needed me to.
Okay. Dad said to tell you that he was just thinking about to get an extra butt cheek.
That's perfect.
This is one of my favorite things that I've ever seen on the internet. It is so genuinely, clearly love, and the fact that they involve their 4-year-old going back and forth and all the giggles that it's creating is priceless. I really hope that this becomes such a core memory for that 4-year-old, and even if not, I bet you there's going to be so many of these throughout her life. Kudos to mom and dad.
What's 100 minus 34?
100 minus 34?
Yeah. No help.
76.
No. Do you want to guess again?
100 minus 34.
100 minus 34. How much is that?
Oh,
Guess.
76.
5 seconds. You're wrong. 5 seconds. Guess the next.
100 minus 34.
Yeah. What is it?
Maybe like 56?
What's 3 times 3 times 3?
18.
12. 9.
It's your food, I'm not gonna pay for her food. You gonna pay for her food, you gonna pay for whatever I order. I'm not gonna pay for her food. You gonna pay for what I order.
This is embarrassing, honey. We done already ate and everything. Like, I could pay for my own fucking food, but this is ridiculous.
Swear to God, like, this why I'm like going out with her. Like, it's always different because you be on that weird ass. I'm bringing somebody with you on. I don't touch you. We've been talking for 4 years and your ass still weird.
If you don't invite somebody and I pay for their tab.
Like, the audacity of you.
This is why you don't date, but this is like, this is real mid.
I'm ready to go. That's why I don't like being around y'all. You always got so much going on.
I told you quit f***ing with his bald-headed ass. I told you.
Okay, guys. I think I have a new one. Tell me about a time that you or somebody you know, like you know this story personally. Tell me about a time that you or somebody you know, either separately or together, or neither of you, were actually involved or not. Like, think, and it could be an instance too. So tell me about a time or an instance or even a place that you and this person that you know this person, so this isn't a random person. Tell me about a time or a place or an instance that you or this person, either separately or together, could be either one, maybe none of you honestly were involved in this or not involved. Like, but tell me.
I hate to come get the money at. You don't have Cash App? You don't have Apple Pay? I even got Chime for the trenchy. Like, we could download Venmo. Now, I'm banned from Zelle, Walmart to Walmart, Western Union, MoneyGram. But that's besides the point. Put that on your motherfucking card. I don't want to come get a...
Sounds like you in a bind. Like Stoney and Nate. And your best move is to come get the cash, because you already know how it goes. Cash come with cock. Pull up!
I mean, men, generally speaking, can do things women can't do.
What things?
I don't know, be geniuses, lift heavy shit, fight in wars, I don't know, name it. Be a leader.
Oh, so you think wars are a good idea?
That's not the question.
Thinking like those inventions or those things you said, or leaders. There are a lot of female leaders in the world, you know that?
Not really. There's the rare one, but not really. And there's there's almost never been a female genius.
You know why?
Yes, I do know why.
Okay, why?
Well, it's just an IQ thing. Women and men are about the same.
It?
Yeah, this is well documented. Men and women have the same average IQ, but as far as outliers, men are like outliers. There's like the rare guy with 180 IQ or something.
You know why?
Because of oppression? Is it because they were oppressed?
I never said that.
You're absolutely right. Then why?
Because women, they were not educated.
So oppressed, exactly what I thought you were going to say.
They were not allowed to have a job. They were not allowed to do anything without a man's permission. And
that's not true. And also, having a job doesn't make you a genius. A genius is something you're just...
said that. Why are you adding emotion to it?
It's not emotion. That's a fact. Geniuses are born. They're not made.
Because nobody will listen to you if you're a woman 100 years ago.
I don't really agree with that, but...
Why not?
Well, I don't think women just never spoke. Not that cut and dry. But they had a secondary role. They didn't have a primary role in social conversations or politics, which is the way that it should be. It's not that they should like have duct tape on their mouth. And it's not like we should live like Muslims. But Christian societies where women take a secondary role seem to be better. I mean, look at it right now. The last, 80 years, we've given women the same equal voice as men, and they're doing worse than they've ever done. They're less happy. They're having less children later. They are confused because the state tells them that they need to have jobs and be boss babes. And then by the time they're 35, they're childless and they're single and they've had sex with a bunch of dudes and nobody wants them, or they're single moms. And it's because they were told to pursue a career rather than the actual natural proclivities that women are born with, which is to be nurturers and mothers and things of that nature. It's not like it should be against the law for women to work, but I think that if the natural roles of men and women were incentivized from the highest levels down, people would be a lot happier.
You know, these modern women, man, they just keep on talking reckless. You had one woman that Lady J was responding to. She was sitting in the class and they record. That's what I'm saying. They record that stuff and they put it in the online on TikTok. When, like she said, really honestly and truly, you should have gotten there earlier. Basically, you want that man to get up at 6:30, 7 o'clock if you have a late or early class, whatever time it is. That man gets up there on time. Some of these brothers got to go to work. I get off work and I get to class. You want me to get to class early, get my seat, get all my stuff out, ready and prepared for class. But then you say, well, I've been doing whatever all day long, and I'll just waltz up there when I have 5 minutes left. The early bird gets the worm. I was here first. Period. Well, you should do it because, you know, you're a gentleman. I can, but maybe we need to stop this gentleman talk and add, well, you know, maybe not stop it, but kind of balance it out and weigh it with, hey, maybe there's some things that you can do as a woman to get there. There's no reason that you should be waltzing in knowing that the seats are going to be full. Get your behind up and get yourself a seat. Period. End of story. Be quiet.
Who's more delusional right now, men or women?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Women, y'all know I stand on a mountaintop for you, especially black women. But I gotta say this. I meet better men nowadays than I meet women.
Wow.
And that's just the truth. There are so many men nowadays who are ready to be married, who are ready to be family men, who are standing on principles, who are, you know, really into and relational with the women that they're dating.
Right.
And I meet a lot of women who want to play the field, who want to be, you know, more of we have womanizers, but we do have women who are manizers. And when you start to look at women who want a man to just perform, right, which goes into the same field as gold digging, that's a woman who is considered a manizer. And unfortunately, I meet a lot more, you know, men who are like, Doc, I'm ready to get married, or, you know, I'm ready for the next step. And women who either are not there yet, or they're saying they're there yet, but their behavior that they're exhibiting and their inability to be able to nest in a man and allow him to lead her is not allowing the relationship to really take the course that the man is trying to lead them to.
So she gets to find out firsthand what it's like dating as a man.
So one of my guy friends gave me permission to make a Hinge account for him because I was telling him how easy dating is with dating apps. And he was telling me that it's incredibly difficult. And I was like, Pete, you must be doing something wrong. And he gave me permission to create an account for him and just run the account. I've been a virtual boy for 3 days and I've never felt this bad about myself. I feel like a freaking loser trying to get these girls to like me. And I'm starting to hate women because I'm like, when I say I mean Pete, because that's the account I'm using. Pete's about a 6. But I'm so desperate, I'm liking the 2s and the 3s, and even they won't like me back. Pete, which is a 6. So what level of delusion has entered women's heads? Like, what is going on? It is so difficult dating as a boy. I hate it. I'm on day 3 of being a boy, and I hate women, and I'm more depressed than ever.
Yo, the level of delusion is through the roof when it comes to women on dating apps. But shout out to this chick for even giving it a try, because her whole point was to prove her man's Pete wrong. And you know, women love nothing more than being right, and that's why she said I'm gonna make a dating app, and we're gonna see. And she sees quick that even the 2s and the 3s, that's how desperate she was getting, wasn't even accepting her shit, because those 2s and 3s have smashed 7, 8s, and 9s, because those dudes smashed 10s and they smashed 3s, and now their ceiling on those 2s and 3s is a guy that's like a 7 and 8, which is delusional as hell. On top of that, as a woman, she seems cute, so her swipes are probably through the roof. She probably got a laundry list worth of people and simps that's ready to date her and do whatever. Not to say that those guys are any substance, but you know, there's still dudes that'll show her attention and all that, and she's thinking it's gonna translate to a dude doing it, and it's not. She finds out firsthand, dudes swipe like crazy and hardly get any likes back. You gotta be Superman to even get a date nowadays when it comes to being a dude. And she finds out, she even talks about, I'm hating women, getting depressed, because as a woman, they like to be right, they like the attention, and that's playing this dude Pete, who's a 6. He's a 5 is average, so he's above average according to her, and he can't get Her whole point is to prove him wrong because chicks like to be right, and she can't do it because the truth is it's hard dating as a man. The entitled women, the hypergamy, the inflation, the hoflation, it's crazy. And there are good women out there, but on dating apps, it's just not it. So shout out to her. She found out real quick, because it didn't take that long, what it's like dating as a man, and that ain't easy.
Men love deep. Women are long suffering. Women don't know that men love deep. And that is why, and what women don't recognize is that men are actually more loyal than women are. We exhibit this in our purchasing behavior. A woman will purchase, even if the hair product that she bought worked beautifully for her, she can't help it but to try another beauty product. If a man finds a body soap that works for him, he is going to have that body for the next 20 years. Yeah. Very loyal, very consistent. It's not that men don't have the capacity to do so. Of course, there's conditioning and social, inferences and learnings that we need. But the point is that it's possible. It is there. We just don't recognize it. So because men are stoic and because men say things like we want respect, we believe, first off, women don't even know what that means tangibly. What respect, what does that look like? And second of all, men actually crave emotional intimacy and connection. But public facing will say respect. But when you really begin to break down respect, there's an emotional tension, connection to that, right? There's this, he disrespected me, your feelings are hurt. You feel hurt. But we don't want to say that, so we'll say respect. So it becomes nuanced for a woman. You're not going to get respect from her because she doesn't understand that there's an emotional connection and intimacy. But if you speak in her language and say emotional intimacy and connection, you will feel respected. You understand?
Saying, I don't date single moms, the way that women say, I don't date broke men, would that be seen as preference or prejudice?
It will be seen as prejudice by women, by some women, I imagine, but preference by men. But the answer is it's preference.
Yeah.
I feel like just because a woman has a baby, that doesn't mean it's the end for them. Like, they still have, if it didn't work out with their baby daddy, they still have a chance to find their person. I love when men take on women with babies. Like, I'm like, that's amazing.
I think it would be seen as prejudice, although I think it's fair. I think if you don't want to date someone who has a baby, whether you're a woman or a man, I think that should be your choice, and I think it's completely fair.
Why is it not seen as prejudice when women don't want to date broke men?
Brain break.
Because you don't want anyone to be leeching off of you. I think men and women should be completely equal as far as like how much they work and bring to the table. But the truth is, like, women do carry children, and if they have to be out of work for a while, then the men should be able to make up for that. So I would not date someone who's broke.
Oh, it's actually wild to watch the cognitive dissonance within real time. You cannot, within the same sentence, say that you believe in equality and also give an example of inequality within your thinking. To have a man say, I don't want to be with a single mom, and it could be for financial reasons, you gonna call him prejudice. Meanwhile, it's okay for a woman not to date a broke guy, not because of financial reasons, but because, as a woman, I have to be in a situation and I'm going to have kids. I'm going to have to. And it's a very struggle filled time. Like, it's absolutely insane to listen to them cope of why the logic doesn't apply to them.
If women had to self-improve to attract hypergamous men, would they call that oppression or accountability?
Men will call it accountability, I suppose.
Probably oppression. I would feel like I'm pressured if I had to, make sure I look like this good every day just to be with someone. I would definitely feel pressured.
It's actually insane. With that logic, you flip genders, men are currently oppressed. Interesting.
One of the most dumb I hear from dudes when it comes to dating is how many of them think that women use them for free meals when it comes to dates.
I can't wait to see the look on someone's face when they realize that, yes, there are women out there that do that.
Do y'all genuinely think we are on some poverty line that, like, I can't pay for dinner?
No, it's not that at all. It just happens to be the case that there are some women out there that tend to act like leeches.
What makes you think I need a free dinner from you.
I don't think they want to hear the reason why a lot of men don't want to take certain types of women out on dates. They're just not ready for it.
It's just like, it's so obviously a cop-out. Like, that's not the reason. That's not the reason you don't want to take women out on dates. It's because you're broke and don't have the facilities to take women on dates, and that's a different story, but don't try and blame it on us.
So some guys don't want to take certain women out on dates. So naturally, that's the guy's fault? Are they really thinking this through? I don't think so.
Like, nobody needs your free meal, man. Just admit you can't afford it and go. Maybe you're projecting that because you want the free meal.
I don't often quote Shakespeare. However, I feel that this is an opportune moment. Methinks she doth protest too much.
It's just such a slap in the face that you guys think we can't afford this dinner and we need you to pay for it.
Or, most guys don't want to waste their money on a woman who's obviously just going to be a waste of his time.
And I'm glad she said what she said when she was talking about women don't even know what respect is. Modern women don't even know what respect is. Right. It don't matter. Usually these TV shows that women are watching, they don't have anything to do with respect. It's just drama. It's all chaos. You never really see them talking about respecting a man. You just see the man simping for them. You see the man doting all over her, giving her whatever she wants. Oh, I want that life, and I'm not settling. That's what they mean. There's a lifestyle that I want, and I'm not settling until there's a man that can give it to me. I don't want to work for it. He needs to already be able to do it. He needs to already be able to support himself. Well, the man is able to support himself, but essentially what modern women want to do is they want to come in and do nothing. They want this fairy tale storybook life. Why would I give you that? Why would I give you that and you talk to me sideways? Why would I give you that if you trash my family and my friends? Why would I give you that if you don't respect me? Modern women don't want to do anything right. They want to do what they want to do, when they want to do it, how they want to do it, and they want a man to go along with it. They want a man to fall in line. And then 10 years later, be like, oh, well, you know, all of the things that I did to my husband, man, if I would have done that. And there's a woman that actually said that. All the things that I did to my husband, if he did that or he said that to me, I would be in a pool of tears. Then why are you still saying it? Why are you still treating that man like that? Exactly. Modern women have no discipline. They don't respect nobody. They don't care about nobody.
We are in 2026, and I am about tired of you bald-headed hoes getting on this here internet to try to tell us women what black men can't do and won't do, okay? Just because you sucked a couple bad in your life does not mean that the whole group of black men are bad men. I find it very funny that women like to judge black men as a group, but when it comes to women, we want to be judged individually. Y'all get on this here app to uplift a race, but a lot of y'all can't even show the Carfax of these men that are approaching you. Show me the Carfax of the Davids and the Toms that are approaching y'all. Y'all can't, because y'all are not being approached. It's just the same old sorry line that y'all want to say about black men. All y'all do is give y'all grievances and y'all problems on black men. And let me tell you something. If you keep experiencing the same issues with a man, maybe it's you. Maybe it's not the man. Maybe it's you. I'm so tired of this conversation. Like, it's so annoying. And another thing, since we're already on the topic, let's also address the elephant in the room. Black men are still marrying at a higher rate than black women. I promise you, women, all this, I won't date a black man, I don't want to be with a black man, all this that y'all want to throw out, they're still being married at a higher rate than you guys. So let me understand this. If you guys are not interested in black men and you guys don't want to date black men, as you say, why are you still not being married? Why are you guys still not getting married? Make that make sense. I promise you, black men are the least of y'all's worries and issues. I promise you that.
Here's my hot take, and it's probably going to piss a lot of you off. Men only want to be fed and left alone. And the reason that they get mad is because at least one of three of these things is not happening.
12 seconds later.
I'm laughing at myself because I just rewatched that video and wow. I'm too evolved for it because in this moment, I am realizing that I have a lot of work to do around hating men. And who would have thought that if I want men to respect me, I need to respect them as well.
Here's my hot take that might ruffle some feathers. She is only scratching the surface, and absolutely she's right in that she needs to do a ton of work at dismantling her hate for men. But it is not just that men need respect. Like, absolutely they need that. Like, I think that is a human decency, like, basic for anybody. But what the man needs that you're wanting to be in a relationship with is for you to understand men, for you to understand him. And that historically is what women struggle with the most, because what it takes from women is not always being right, taking accountability, saying I'm sorry, and putting the relationship needs beyond your own personal gain. That is what most women struggle with, even women that already respect men as a whole. Unfortunately, the men that come along and try to help her in the healing process, those are the guys that are like most likely the really good guys. They are genuine and they are patient and they are loyal. Unfortunately, those are the guys that end up getting the most hurt, and that is what's really messed up.
When women make their own money, the last thing they want to do is support a man. Last thing they want to do is support a man.
Believe it or not, no. When women make good money, they don't. When women make money, they don't need a man because they make enough money. They have support.
Okay, repeat that sentence again.
When women make enough money, they don't really need a man.
Okay,
because
say
they
that
can
one more
take
time
care.
again.
When
women make what? What did you say? When women
they
make money?
enough money, they really don't need a man.
You do understand your sentence just defeated your entire argument, right?
No, it didn't. It didn't. But that's what I'm saying. You said women cannot be able to fight off or fend for the household if they couldn't pay rent. But here's the thing: if a man does the man have to work harder, or does the woman have to work harder?
First, I said if a man can't provide, a woman's gonna get rid of him. Then you said, oh no, but women can make their own money.
Okay, let's talk. A lot of women want a masculine man, but then you all show up in the relationship acting like his competition, not his counterpart. You say you want a leadership, presence, effort, protection, but your energy blocks every single thing you say you want. So let me break this down real quick, because if you can't embody these 5 traits, you're not calling in masculine energy, you're repelling it. Number 1, receptivity. Girl, let him show up. Some of you want a man to lead, but you argue with him every time he tries. You want him to plan, but you reject every suggestion. A man doesn't rise where he's micromanaged. He rises where he's received. Second, emotional softness. Listen, hyper-independence looks glamorous on Instagram, but in real life, men don't fall for hardness. They fall for warmth. Softness isn't about crying in the corner. It's the vibe, the way you talk to him, the way you look at him, the way you open up without making him feel like he's walking into a fire zone. Softness doesn't make you weak. It makes you magnetic. Third, appreciation. Here's a secret men don't tell you. They notice everything you appreciate and everything you don't. You don't have to throw a parade. Just acknowledge the effort. Men are simple. What gets appreciated gets repeated. What gets criticized gets deleted. If you want consistency, you better recognize effort, because no man keeps pouring into a woman who acts like it's bare minimum. Number 4, emotional accountability. And this one separates grown women from emotional toddlers. Your triggers, your wounds, your past hurt, that's your homework. A man cannot fix pain he didn't cause. And when you throw emotional chaos at him every time you're overwhelmed, you're being irresponsible. Accountability sounds like, I'm upset, but I know this isn't all on you. This is my trigger, not your disrespect. Men don't run away from emotions. They run away from blame. Number 5, respect. The one thing that turns a man from I'm here for a good time to I'm here for the long term. Respect doesn't mean yes, sir. Respect his tone. Respect is not talking to him sideways. Respect is not emasculating him because you're annoyed. Respect is not comparing him to other men, like a TikTok trend. By the way, stop doing that. If you can't speak to him with respect when you're mad, he'll never trust you with his heart when he's soft. Respect is the entry point to his masculinity. Not beauty, not vibes, respect. Feminine energy isn't about dresses, makeup, or being girly. It's about your emotional posture. Your softness invites his strength. Your receptivity invites his leadership. Your appreciation invites his consistency. Your accountability invites his vulnerability. Your respect invites his commitment. And if you're not getting masculinity from him, check the energy you're giving.
I'm waving a symbolic white flag, okay, ladies? I know I've been hard on you for the past couple days, and I want to have a serious conversation. The reason why I am so passionate about this topic of women seeing men as human and not just the butt of some joke on social media is because I used to be like y'all. I used to laugh at all the jokes and repost the videos. I followed Drew and haha, men suck. Yeah. And then I was in a relationship with a man who, for all intents and purposes, was very good to me. And I didn't respect him. And I ended up cheating on him. And I felt terrible for that. And I didn't want to hide behind my emotions or how he made me feel or whatever. I had to put that on myself. I had to take accountability for that. I had to go to therapy for that. I had to realize that I was wrong, and the way that I saw myself in relationships and the way I saw men was not right. So I started talking and really listening to the men in my life, asking them questions, trying to see how they see things, understanding their perspective, watching male content creators, trying to hear them out. And what they said made a lot of sense. And I realized that these women were not being respectful towards men in the same way that they wanted respect from men. And I didn't like that. This all happened with my brain fully developing, so maybe some of the girlies just aren't there yet. But here's hoping that one day you learn to realize, if you haven't already, that men are people too. Just like women can be bad, men can be bad. Just like women can be good, men can be good. And here's hoping we all get to that realization eventually.
And she was talking about, I think a minute ago, maybe the issue is you. You keep on running into these types of men. You keep on attracting these types of men. Maybe that's your problem. Maybe you haven't, even though you're going to therapy, you haven't elevated and raised your mindset. And when we say elevate and raise your mindset, we don't mean, oh, I'm getting more money now, so I can do whatever I want. Modern women think you can pay for dating. Like you can pay for access to the highest man. That's why when Chris Brown puts out this little VIP experience, there's a lot of women out there that will purchase it. I want the experience to go back in the backstage and put my hands all over him. And I've got money to do that. So I can get into this country club, or I can get into this cocktail lounge and meet all of the men. One of these men are going to want me. And it doesn't work like that. Because you're thinking, well, my money's going to buy this, they're going to do that, and they're going to take care of me forever. You're not a good person. That's why you can't find a good man. You want to talk about and blame all men for the stuff that you're going through, but never once, like she was saying, never once will you take accountability and say, well, maybe I need to tighten up my skills, my vetting process. They'll never say that.
Are you a feminist?
No.
So you're misogynistic?
Well, how does that? What do you mean?
Do you know the definition of feminism?
You tell me your definition and I'll give you mine.
The advocacy of women's rights and equal rights between genders.
Well, I disagree with your definition, but I'll give you two. The first definition of feminism that I would give is women's advocacy, period. Feminism absolutely is never about equality.
Why is it not?
Feminists never really advocate for men. Feminists dismiss, downplay, omit ways in which men could conceivably have things worse. I think men and women each respectively have their own difficulties and struggles in life.
100%.
Right, but feminists actually refuse to acknowledge them because it would completely dismantle and crumble the fantasy of what they've attempted to construct as women victims, women oppressed, men perpetrators, men predators, men oppressors. If there was a scenario where achieving equality came to the detriment of women, feminists wouldn't fight for it.
We hear women come up and talk about how successful they are and how intimidated men are, and they never say a word about their character. And I just can't help but think about how turned off women get when men lead with money and lead with accomplishment and end up having nothing but unavailability and coldness and lack of emotional development, because that unfortunately is what it takes to succeed in certain career fields. You can look it up. And for some reason, women think that the success that they've amassed has somehow happened without them becoming devoid of a lot of the personality and relationships that men are devoid of. And they flex their accomplishments and money the same way men do. And somehow we make it different every time. Every time. No disrespect to you, but you didn't say about being a good woman. Nothing.
Why
You didn't
would
say
you?
no.
I'm just
Fuck
gonna-
all that, bro. Didn't say nothing
I
about.
can tell you.
Why
Let
would
him
she-
finish.
No, this is about a larger point. This is not about her as an individual. We don't hear I'm successful. I got my degree, and I've been in therapy the last 3 years working out my issues. I just bought a house, and I also identified my childhood trauma, and it took inventory over my baggage, and I got it out the way. Oh, also, I'm loyal. My time management is on point. I do what I say I'm going to do. I'm considerate. We never hear any of it. What I hear is when say that y'all act like, when men say that y'all have turned into alphas, what we're talking about is the worst parts of manhood. Y'all have taken it on. Now, the problem with men is that we won't admit that those are the worst parts of us too. But shorty, y'all have taken the worst parts of what it means to be successful, and y'all wear that like a badge. Look at what it's done to us. If you need an example of what it looks like to only live in your accomplishments, look at the black men around you. You in a city full of them. Look at how devoid they are. Look at what it took them to get to where they are. Look at how underdeveloped some of them are emotionally. This is what you want? Is this what we're going to do, to let accomplishments be band-aids for that?
It's all men, because there's not a single man on this planet that has not made a choice that directly oppresses women.
You heard it right here, gentlemen. Every single one of you, whether you know it or not, has apparently made a choice to oppress women. Although I should ask them, I wonder what their definition of a man is, because a lot of individuals really do seem to have confusion with the definition of a woman.
Not a single one, not a single man on this earth that is not guilty.
Okay, I have a question. Because I've never been oppressed. I've been treated rudely by some men, but I think some individuals don't understand that that's not the same as being oppressed. So how exactly are women in the Western world currently being oppressed by men? I really hope I get a good answer on this one.
It's not all men because the good men know we're not talking about them. We are. It's not all men because we don't know which man. It's all men because it quite literally is all of you.
Anyone notice how bigotry is becoming really popular with some women? And so is sexism.
You are all guilty of this. Every single one. It's all men because it's all men.
In point of fact, it is not all men, and saying it over and over again isn't going to make it true. But still, how exactly are you oppressed?
Why are there so many women today who say they don't need a man?
Because we're independent. Most of the women have small businesses or a business, or they probably have a hair salon. That is a business. But yeah, mostly because most of them have businesses.
Does the fact that women no longer need men mean the main reason women were with men was because they had to be?
Yeah, it's because they had to be back in the day.
Well, then wouldn't that prove that men were often seen as a utility to be used?
They're still used. They're still tools.
well, then, how is that different than men objectifying women?
True. There's no difference.
So then, why are men shamed for objectifying women, while women will often objectify a man financially?
Because they're muscle heads.
Bro is digging her guts out with no commitment and is simultaneously dealing with other women. At least with Offset, she had a child and a family. I'm starting to think that women are literally just. What's the difference between Stephon Diggs and sharing Offset? She's still sharing. See, this is the main thing that people don't understand, especially women don't understand about the situation and why it's so triggering to men. Imagine if a man bought you a dairy farm. It has cows, chickens, acres and acres of land, right? Also, you can produce milk for your cookies. And here this other man comes with just a glass of milk for the same cookies. Both of the men got the same cookie. One had to buy you a whole dairy farm and make sure the cows came to pasture, make sure the chicken coop was goddamn not rated, and all of those other things, while this other stopped by your dairy farm to get you a glass of milk and got the same cookie. That's why it's triggering to men, because y'all motherfucking hoes want to charge this man a lot, meaning commitment, a family, a life, generational wealth, and this man can get the same for some attention. Cause see, y'all want to think that men are mad because you chose to sleep with another man. No, we're upset because you overcharged us for some used cat. I wanted the cup of milk package too. I wanted the Hennessy and attention package too. But why when I come around, you want to be my wife, you want to be my baby mama, you want to build a family and all those things. When this nigga can buy you a shot of Don Julio, you gonna bust it open in the bathroom on the back of the club. See, that's the issue. It's not the fact that you wanted to be a hoe. Hey, place in society, go be a hoe. But don't overcharge me for the hoe that you let somebody else get for some attention and a shot. And that's what Cardi B did. She's sharing either way. She hasn't upgraded at all, and actually, she's getting lied to more now. Tell her what she's won, Alex. A small dog by her 35th birthday. Masculine women, report to the comments, please. Don't all speak at once. get ugly money. So at this point, I'm tired of talking. I done told y'all. Now, just 2 days ago, it was at 15,000. Now we at 20,000, and y'all playing. You still dealing with that job you hate. You still going to work 40 hours a week for 40 years to make 40,000. And I just made what you make, half of what you make all year in 1 month. DM # content, y'all playing. It's a bag out here that y'all missing, and I can teach you how to get it. Yeah, you have to spend a little money to know. But goddamn it, if you spend 500 to make 20,000, I think that's a good investment. DM me now for the price go up. It's that ugly money. Let's start 2026 off winning.
Y'all say every woman is beautiful, but then you turn around and say most men are ugly. Why is it that women get mad when ugly men approach them? Y'all bash women for dating men that y'all find unattractive, and y'all hate the idea of sharing a good-looking man. But y'all claim men and women are equal. But let me just break this down for y'all real quick. If the majority of men are ugly and y'all only want the attractive ones, that means most of y'all are gonna fight over the same man. Or you'll end up settling for ones you claim you don't want. Y'all can't keep screaming equality, then act like average or unattractive men don't deserve love too. Because if all women are beautiful, then so are all men, right? Or are y'all only body positive when it benefits you?
And like he was saying a few minutes ago, modern women, they'll come up and talk about how a man has done them wrong. They'll come up and talk about how a man he ain't this, he ain't that, he ain't paying for this, he ain't paying for that. Why can't I attract a man? But like he said, they will never talk about their character, who they are, their behavioral patterns. They sit up there and blame everything on the man, and they never take accountability. They never take accountability for them showing up and being downright unpleasant, downright stupid, downright idiotic way of thinking. No common sense involved, but it's the man's fault. It's the man's problem. When are you going to take some sort of accountability and accept I'm the problem in some of these relationships? I was the problem in that last relationship. I said some things that were so far out of pocket. I used some things against them that I never should have. They never do. Modern women are not going to do that.